Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a early review of the Atari 2600 from the Icons collection from LEGO. This is set number 10306, has 2,532 pieces, and is retailing for $239.99 USD or $299 Canadian. Just to give you a bit of a comparison, I know like size of the console and just stuff that's included, it's a little different, but the NES is $230 and $300 Canadian. So same price Canada, $10 less in the US. And I just think that's interesting. So this is actually the 4-switch version of the Atari 2600, which is actually releasing because of the 50-year anniversary of Atari. I love this. I really do. I think that, I'm not the biggest fan of these vignettes, I would say. I think that I could have done without them. I think that they're a very fun addition to this. However, I think that just the whole design of this is so sleek. The Joy-Con here, you're going to see like just the playability of this, or I guess functionality, since you can't really play it in comparison to like the NES that you could play on the TV. But that doesn't really matter here. I think that this is just like the cartridges in this thing. There's so much to go through. I am really blown away by this set. Alright, so I do want to begin with the console itself, of course. Now, it is very easy to get greasy and dusty because it is black. And I think that regardless though, like the design of this is phenomenal. Like looking at the lines there and how, like, it may seem repetitive, but believe me, it didn't feel that way at all. I think that is so cool. The wood here in the front and just how LEGO did this color. I'm not sure about it being the dark orange. I maybe would have gone with dark brown, just looking at some of the pictures, maybe having this dark brown and the rest reddish brown. But regardless, I think that's really great. The trim as well here, I looked at some comparisons. It's a little thicker than what you'd actually see in the console, but there's so much up here that is just really incredible. Like the printed pieces there is like, there's something about these video game consoles that I just want them to continue. I want them to do maybe a console that I'm more familiar with. Obviously, I wasn't around 50 years ago, but like there's so many buttons and things like that there is to show you guys. So this is like the on and off switch, which the different switches actually have like a little bit different functionality. So this, you push up and it will stay locked in place. Same here with the color and the black and white for the TV type. Here is where you put the cartridges inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump ahead and grab a cartridge. I know you haven't seen it just yet, but you could see how that looks and how that fits in there. I really love how that looks, and just the fact that like this looks just like the actual console when it has a cartridge sitting inside of it. Now the rest here is really cool. So you have the game select one, which will actually bounce back up, and same here with the game reset. And I really love how like the two different sides of the console both have these different functions with the same design for the levers, but these ones bounce back up. I think that's really incredible. So I'm reading off the instructions here, what the different things are. We have here the channel selector. It's very difficult. You could actually move that there, but it's not very easy to do, and it sort of gets stuck in place. So I wouldn't really recommend doing that. I think it's more meant to be a facade that those are the actual like switches there in the back from looking at reference pictures. We have here the right controller, the right difficulty switch. We have the power there, as well as the left difficulty switch, and then also the left controller. And just to show you how the controller can actually connect, you could attach it right there and you're good to go, or you could take the controller and attach it over onto this side here as well. Both work fine. Alright, back here to the front, you're probably thinking, why are we here? We've already looked at everything. We haven't. There's actually this really cool secret play feature here where you actually open this up and pull forward, revealing this little room here, which has so many references and details inside. Alright, so there's a bunch of like really old and 80s stuff here. There's a bunch of stuff here from the 80s, which I think is really great. So here we've got a boombox, as well as like a cassette or a VHS. And then we've also got this little toy here. Then we have a toy soldier down there, a couple stuff there in that unit. And then we have this kid, which we'll take a look at here at the end, but he's got a miniature version of the controller. In behind is probably one of my favorite things about this set. a Johnny Thunder poster, but in the style of an Indiana Jones poster, and I really love that. Of course, Johnny Thunder was what got me into Lego. That was one of my first ever sets. We also have a poster there of the Asteroids cover there. It's on this 2x3 tile, which is awesome. We've got a can there, a pop can, as well as I think these are meant to be the different cartridges, as well as a miniature version there of the Atari 2600, and the game that he's actually playing there is Asteroids on the TV, which is such a cool build of the TV, and the whole unit I think is great. You've got this old rock band sort of poster. You've got this old music. You've got this 80s music poster there, as well as some rollerblades, a little kitten piece which was brand new for this year, as well as a classic telephone there on the wall. And it's such an easy play feature. It's unnecessary, that would have just been hollow, but I love that they went ahead and included this. I think that's a really special thing to include. You can make this a sig fig and put yourself here in this room. Alright, and here's the little Atari kid, and it's awesome because we have this Atari shirt, which looks so cool. I love that we've got the logo there, and you can see on the back just how you've got the sleeves and just how the design of that goes into the back of the torso. Just the face is very childlike. You've also got some mid-leg, so it's not a kid, or they just maybe use mid-leg so that he could be sitting down. We've got the Lloyd hairpiece here in dark brown, and spinning it around here on the back, he's got this shocked expression. Last thing here, I just want to show you, because I see it in a bunch of videos that I was watching on the original 2600, is just showing the underside here. And you've got some transparent pieces there. It's just to help, you actually move this thing around, and so that it can slide around smoothly there. So here is the joystick controller, and just to show you how you actually attach the cord, it's just that simple. It's a very simple build, but I love this piece here. It's so strange. You could even wrap it up a bit here if you wanted to as well. I really am just impressed by that. But my favorite thing, my absolute favorite thing about this set is this here, and it is the controller, because of the feel of this. Look at that. The way that you can go also in the different directions here, and how it goes back in place. It's just incredible here. And you've got the button here to press, and it's just so cool. Those are all printed parts there, by the way. But that to me is just it feels like an actual controller, unlike with the NES, which I'm not complaining about, but even this button, yeah, it'd be cool if LEGO somehow made a way that the button would sink in or something like that, a little lower, but the fact that we've got this here is just incredible. It makes me want a giant arcade machine or something. I don't know, I think that'd be so great. Even the design of this, how there's the different levels here, it's very subtle, but you could see there. Favorite part of the whole set. And here's the cartridge holder, and I gotta say, LEGO is absolutely nailing just we're going to take something classic, nostalgic, and create it in an almost life-size replica. This is the cassette tape here from the I Am Groot set this year. I just think that these nostalgic, classic, cartridges, and so the video game, nowadays we have CDs. We don't even really have CDs now. It's all digital. And same with music. It's all on our devices. And I think that having these classic builds for this is just lending itself so well. And I think that LEGO is it's such a fun medium to be building these cartridges here. I think this is so cool. So this is the cartridge holder here, and I love just the design here, the little texture and all that. I think it's a little unnecessary. We didn't really need to include this in the set. You could have just included the cartridges on their own. However, this is so cool. These are all stickers, and I know that some people would have wanted prints, but who cares? This is looking at the detail there on the adventure one. They've Legoized all of them, so you've got even down to the head there on the dragon. I really think that's so cool. Oh my goodness, I really love that. Up above there, you've got the inside and some 6x6 tiles there without anything on it. Then next up here, we have Asteroids, which has also been Legoized. We've even got the new classic space set as the actual like ship there that's coming out in August as well. So really love that, and just again the design of that, how the asteroids, you'll see that exact asteroid build, not gray, but in a different color here. And of course this whole cover was Legoized in the kids' room. And here we have Centipede, and I don't know if I showed that, by the way. We've got on each of the bottoms the words there, so I think that's really cool. Anyways, here we have the Centipede one. Again, we've got a Lego figure there, a Legoized version of the Centipede, not really using maybe parts that exist, but it doesn't really matter. I still think it's really cool. Also, how it's got a different design here for the cartridge, I think is really, really awesome as well. They've all got green on the top there, also, in case you're wondering. And spinning it around here, by the way, nothing on the backs. Now, here's a really cool and unnecessary thing also included in the set. With each of these games comes a little vignette micro build of each of the different games, and I think that's really, really awesome. So let's go in order here. So here from Adventure, we've got the yellow castle, which can be seen there on the top. Some bushes here on the outside. That's meant to be the dragon build there. I don't know how well that looks, even just, yeah, I don't know about that. Inside, you've got like a cauldron, and yeah, just the whole shape of this. It's very, very cool. You've got a little egg here on the back as well. Very, like, it's so unnecessary to include this, but also very Lego for them to do it. And I really appreciate that. From Asteroids here, we've got, like, the ship actually blasting one of the asteroids. It's exploding there. You could see, like, all the pixels, of course, blowing up, and a couple of them there as well. Just the different colors and all that, I think looks really cool. It's a very simple build. You could see here how it's on an angle using the superhero stand piece there. Also, I just want to point this out. If you look at these colors, you've got clear, and then this here, it's like a foggy clear. Now, here's where I get really excited and why I think that some rumors for Star Wars could very well be true. We've got this piece here, which is in this foggy color. See how it's foggy? It's not transparent. That's exactly what we need for Ahsoka, and even just with her show coming out next year, I think this is a really good thing for Star Wars fans. And then here from Centipede, we've got the Centipede, and of course some mushrooms there, which are using a variation of like the cone pieces and the different fez pieces there as well. But I love the build for this. I think it's very, very cool, and you can angle it on the little ball joints in specific spots there, and just sort of turn it around and angle it around, and yeah, it's really neat. Even here on the front, those can be angled a little bit as well, the antennas. So yeah, very, very cool. Also the horn pieces and then even the teeth there being used for the legs, I think work really, really well for this build. So here's the instructions, and all the time with 18+ ones, we have like very specifically designed instructions and that cater to the actual set, and you could see that here, like looking here, it's very vintage. I really love that. We've got the Atari logo down there, just how it's in black and white as well, and flipping it here on the back, nothing special, but that's fine. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's flip through this, because there's actually quite a lot here. You could see some of like the classic advertisements for the 2600 here. But here, if you want to pause and read what they are saying, you can go ahead and do that. And even down here on the 50 years of fun section, got a ton of visuals there from the classic games. I also feel like the paper's thinner. I don't know if it's, I don't know, maybe I'm going crazy. But yeah, it looks very, very iconic and nostalgic here. Just even the fonts that they're using, talking about the 3 different games. It says building an icon, and it just shows you like all the different things included here with the set, as well as over here. Again, this is what helped me just reading off of the different buttons and functions here. And very lastly, we have the designer of the set playing the actual console, Chris McVie, who you know is actually the creator of Brick Sketches that they wound up hiring him on to design that theme, and he's done really cool things as well since then. But that is what is written there about him. And that's it. You go on into the build. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my review of the Atari 2600. And I don't know if I necessarily would have picked this up. That Johnny Thunder poster probably would have lured me in, but having seen and actually having the ability to play with the joystick, I think is very fun. I really recommend, even if you just want to build that yourself, looking up the instructions online, getting the parts for that, because I think like just the experience of that. And I want a classic arcade machine now. I think would be really fun. Also, I accepted this offer because I thought Pitfall was going to be included. That was in the rumored. It wasn't, which is a shame, but however, it's still a really fun building experience, and I feel like this is just perfect for what LEGO needs to continue to do. More consoles, more just nostalgic things like this, I think is the way to go, and I guarantee you this set is going to make so many people happy and go out and get this. I know like my parents, who I think also have this console. I'm not sure if it's the exact one. If it is, I'm going to do a comparison, but I have to find out. Anyways, they're blown away by this because it looks like the actual console, and it's just such a fun idea. Great way to celebrate the 50-year anniversary for them. But anyways, everyone, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think of the set? Are you going to be picking this up on August the 1st? Leave it all down below. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.